Mic check one, mic check two. Is this mic on? Yeah, it's the one and only, your girl's favorite, DJ E Money. And you're listening to the Glow Game with Latrice, Mia, and Shanice. You know what that means?
What's goody, ladies?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Back to reality.
I know. Palm trees and cookies. No more of those.
You play.
But you really sound just like the little frogs. You good?
Listen, I'm concerned because I'm hoarse.
My Henny Stella Rita went down the wrong pipe.
Y'all still drinking? Because I'm all set. I can't.
Girl, I have a diet virgin, sugar-free.
Exactly. I'm like,
I can't do it.
I had a job outing earlier today. And all food and drinks all on the company card.
Oh, okay.
I had to sit in the car for like 40 minutes before I went anywhere. I was like, I had a good time at that function today.
I love that for you.
It was a good time. So I said, you know what? Let's keep the party going. Then what I got in this fridge, they started grabbing stuff, and it actually is pretty delicious.
It's Henny and what else?
It's the white Henny, the berry Stella wine, and then it's one of the canned margaritas that they sell at Target.
Ooh, that's a lot. That's 3 different little liquors going on. You might be hit after that.
I'm hoping to go straight to bed.
Right. I was on FaceTime with my mom and my sister earlier, and my sister wanted to have a shot because she had this audit, I guess, at her job, and she was like, virtual shot. They so dumb, they didn't even notice. I never took a shot of nothing. I was like, yeah, Tito's vodka.
Now she played them.
Yeah, we did a lot of sipping and PR. We did a lot of turning up. What's the recap, guys?
Let me tell y'all how we weren't sort of kind of aunties on this trip. They did so well. So proud of the crew.
The OLG gang.
OLG, because the fact that we was knocked out like that on the beach is definitely giving old ladies.
Me on the hammock, not hearing nothing, moving nothing, just out.
2 seconds after sitting on there, though, it was like, yeah.
I was talking hella shit, and next thing I knew, y'all was waking me up.
Where did Shanice go? Did she go back to the room? Did she went to have a photo shoot? You know how you do.
Period. Cindy McFarland says she having an audit this week too, so she's definitely gonna need a drink after that. Take one for us too, sis, because
yes. Have a shot. We was in Puerto Rico, turning it up, and now it's time for a detox.
Very much.
But at least we didn't have no crazy drunk stories, you know.
Yeah.
Except when the Uber driver tried to
fell off. Nobody had to be dragged out by security.
I feel like you coming for me. It kind of feels like an attack. So let's move on.
Well, we know y'all ready to attack me about these pancakes. Go ahead and do y'all thing.
It's gonna make me a mad all over again. Go ahead.
You are stupid. I need y'all opinions on this.
Please.
Okay. I'm like 06 right now, I think.
Yeah, because it's
set the scene. You order some pancakes.
Pancakes come in a stack. Unless you get a single pancake, they come in a stack. Right?
Yeah. What did you order?
I ordered a stack. I don't even remember what kind of pancakes. Oh, I made it up. It was like a banana Foster pancake. Mad good. Dressed this shit up. Bananas on the inside, bananas on the top, a little caramel drizzle, some whipped cream. This bitch like, oh, can I get a taste of your pancake? Absolutely. Knock yourself out. She sends my plate back with the top pancake cut in half and the bottom two regular.
Like bottom two untouched.
The whole top half and then nothing off the bottom. She violated my pancakes. Like when I tell you I was so tight, you don't eat pancakes that way. You cut the entire stack and take a triangle. I didn't even want them shit somewhere. I think I didn't finish them because I was really tight.
I need more than 3 triangles though. Like that's not enough. And when I order pancakes, you're right. I only order 1, so that's why I don't know.
Never do that again. I really wanted to test her. I was so tight. Now you got the bottom pancakes cold because you know the top one keep the rest of them and keep the steam in them. It's just like a whole, it's a system to eat pancakes.
What?
And she just staring at us like, what are y'all talking about?
I was like,
3
what did I do wrong?
What? I don't want a triple decker. Why would I take 3? Bitch, what? You don't get a whole half of 3. You take a triangle.
Yeah. So if I wanted more than that, I needed to take a 6-piece.
I hate you. I don't want to do this with her. It's so fun because I feel I'm re-triggered. So yeah, we just gonna move this right along. It was a really good trip though. I feel like it was a good balance of going out, getting some rest, getting some chill. We tried to get people to do He's a 10 with us, and I realized that a lot of you men are living double lives because our podcast is not syndicated yet, and they would be all with it, kicking it with us, answering the questions. We pull out the camera. Oh no, where that's going? What? So yeah, y'all gotta work on that. That's not okay.
Why are y'all in hiding and y'all not even famous?
Period.
And who gives a fuck? Like it's just a question. Living your truth, King.
It just goes to show how many people, like Mia said, living double lives. Don't want to come out and speak because they scared that when they run for their presidency, they're going to find the Glow Gang podcast. Like,
I am selling it though, so just know if your shit blow up and they come looking for me, I'm selling it unless you buy it from me first.
Yeah, let's talk behind the scenes.
You get right of first refusal. Now, if you refuse, I'm gonna sell it to the blogs. Don't even worry.
But it's on the flip side for the women too. Y'all be feeling yourself a little bit too much, young ladies. Like it's just a question. Smile, say cheese. Like y'all be having a million questions. Like, what is it on? What is it? Like, it's just a question. You do worse on your OnlyFans, mamas. Like, relax.
For the OnlyFans?
Because I feel like we're here for shit like that. Like we would just do it and laugh and have a good time and post
and forget about it and be done. Like a month later, be like, remember when we did that little cute little whatever, and be done with it. I don't know. Everyone I think is really self-conscious about their digital footprint, and in all actuality, it's so small. You know how big the internet is. Like,
unless your shit go viral,
that is true. That is true.
But so it's always just 15 seconds of fame, and then we're on to the next viral clip. Like next.
Speaking of viral clips, guys, I have one that kind of goes with today's topic. So yeah, check this out and tell me how you feel.
Y'all don't know how to fucking cook. My man know how to cook. My man know how to clean. My nigga know how to fucking slay dick. And that's why I'm crazy as fuck. Because that nigga dick me the fuck down. That's why I'm crazy. This is dick crazy. This don't need no fucking help for no fucking medicine. Ain't no medicine gonna help me.
Why was she really crying real tears?
Yeah. So this is a 2-part question. Have y'all ever been dickmatized? Because if that's what it looked like, it's a no for me, dog, and I'm all set. But also, her saying like he cook, he clean, and he's slinging dick. I mean, he's definitely giving triple threat. It's giving Steph Curry with the shot. So I kind of understand a little bit.
It's given. I get the tears, sis. Go ahead. You got check. Is he paying bills too? Like, yeah, go ahead. Be as crazy as you need to, sis. Keep that thing around. No, I've never been. This is probably the closest I've been to like. I might get active for this nigga a little bit. I think. But I don't think I will ever open up my phone, open my camera, and crying about a nigga dicking me down. I just don't think I could get. I don't think I'll ever be there.
I've been dickmatized before. This was many years ago. For any of these niggas who think they listening, think I might be talking about them. No, I'm not.
It was definitely you, King. It was you.
Disclaimer.
Please. You know, I just remember a couple of things why I knew I was dickmatized. One time I just remember I was like up in the morning time, just like looking at it like
looking at him or looking at it?
Looking at it.
You heard
like,
correctly.
Yo, this is crazy. Then one time I found out that he was like talking to this girl. Like, when I tell you I was talking to this bitch crazy, like I think I told her I would slap her kids. Like, I'm not lying to y'all. I was going ham. I said, Joe, this thing fucked up.
Not the babies can get it. The babies was going to get the business. Okay.
That's ridiculous. Okay, but you know, since he's an ex, what was it about the dick? Was it the girth? Was it the way he was working it? Was like, what was it?
It was both. Like, it was.
All right, having a dick back. Yep.
Yeah, it was everything, all that you needed. Yeah.
Would you go back to it? That's him. I'm home, Daddy.
This FaceTime, I'm looking cute too. Like, but he cannot. He doesn't. I'm not talking about the podcast, but that was definitely Anyways, so what did you ask me about it? Would I go back?
Yeah, would you do
Yes.
Yes.
Damn.
You would spin the block and you knew how crazy he was about it?
Damn.
Is it because you think you have more control now that you won't get there again?
Yes. Now I feel like we could like go toe to toe. Like, I think I could handle it better. I could be like, what's up? Like, play with it, you know?
I'm not gonna lie, after watching this clip, I think sign me up. I need to experience.
Not sign you up. You saw her and you're saying sign her.
I want to cry. Like, oh my gosh, it was so good. I mean, not on camera though. To him. I'm gonna cry to him. You know, I'm gonna tell him you gotta be like this, but I would never get online and put that out there. But I just, you know, I feel like certain things in life you gotta experience at least once or twice. So I mean, sign me up.
Do y'all think Sean is stigmatized or just like brainwashed?
Brainwashed.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's both.
I think she's young and she's confused and she's looking for love because of, you know, her family background and, you know, issues that she had with that. And I think exactly what we're going to talk about tonight is that he love bombed her and, you know, he made her think things were one way. And then because the way that he talks to her ain't no motherfucking way. Like, get somebody else to do it. So I feel like it's just that. And once she wakes up, hopefully after she had his baby, it knock a little bit of sense into her. But I definitely just think she got love bombed. She young and
it's the money too. It's like a financial abuse type of thing too. Like he literally has control over her funds. He's her manager. Like I feel like I even saw something that said she don't even have her own bank account.
Wow.
Yeah.
For a loop. Like you still have to have control of your own money, like
at all times.
Yeah.
I mean, she's 22, 23. You know, you don't know.
I don't know if you ladies, I have older aunties and some who are close to my age, but they kind of like, you know, put you on game on certain type of stuff. And I just feel like even at 22, she should have an OG or an auntie or somebody that is trying to give her some type of insight on what happens tomorrow if that nigga truly cuts you off. And I feel like she will be so lost and we'll be reading about her doing something crazy if that was to ever happen, because she doesn't have people in her life to steer her in the right direction.
Yeah, her family is fucked up. Like they were fighting her in this next season that they're about to have. They were fighting her while she's pregnant. Like, yeah, she doesn't have that support system, but somebody needs to really intervene, at least get the girl a lawyer.
It's almost like, would you do that for fame? Like, how important is fame and notoriety and Instagram likes and followers important to you? Like, will she ever wake up and be like, let me step away from all of this?
They say it's the strongest drug, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want the fame. Give me the money. I don't care if nobody know me. Just give me the funds. Fuck
nobody. But that's why she's always going live on Instagram. Just try to stay relevant in the hot topics. Well, let's pray for her. I'm kind of over that situation. Fortunately, it's going to always continue to be thrown in our face, especially with this baby on the way. So I guess all we can do is just stay tuned at this point.
That's it. That is it.
All right. So tonight's show, we are talking about love and using it as a tactic to manipulate. So this is some kind of deep stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, have you, or do we feel like if someone says that they love you when you're trying to leave them or get out of the situation, is that manipulation?
I think that's the first step of someone trying to keep you to stay. That's the first thing that's going to come out of their mouth. But I love you. I love you like I've never loved anybody before. I don't know what I would do without you. Like, I feel like that's the first step to have you guilt trip you.
Right.
To rethinking your decision to leave.
I agree. I feel like if you never said it to me before, why all of a sudden are you saying it now? Because I can't lie. Like, one of the last people who I messed with, it was like that's what kind of happened. It was just like they did some real corny shit, and I was just like, oh nah. It was early on too, like very easy to get away from. Maybe haven't messed with them like 4 months, and yeah, they dropped. I blocked them. Y'all know me.
Block it down.
They kept calling me while I'm at work and telling me that they love me, and it was just like, no, you don't. Like, you're only saying that because I was about to cut you off.
I mean, I feel like two things could be true. I feel like somebody can definitely love you, obviously, and it's different if this is their first time telling you, like when you're about to cut them off. But if we've already established we love each other, and now I'm all set for whatever reason, you telling me on my way out the door you love me, I know you do. So right. I don't think it's necessarily manipulation. I do think that people think that love is going to make you stay. And no, not really at this age and this stage in life. So I don't know. It could be used as manipulation, but it could just be a true thing. You know what I mean? Like, I do feel like, yeah, you probably do love me. Shit, I love me. I can see why. So,
yeah.
You know, I get it, but that's not gonna make me stay if I'm ready to leave.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever felt like someone's continuously telling you that they love you with no actions behind it?
I can't say that I have experienced that.
Me either, because it's kind of not something I'm gonna stand for. Like, I don't give a fuck if you say you love me. I gotta feel like you love me. So,
right, because it doesn't even matter at that point.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever said L word? They won't say love. Like, I L word you.
How old are you?
No. L word.
I remember like this dude I dated, you know, when it's early, you kind of don't want to play yourself and tell somebody you love them because
Yeah.
he used to be like, oh no, I like you. Like I like you a lot. Like I was like, oh, you love me. Oh, just say that shit, then.
Yeah.
Like, cause but I've never had somebody be like, oh, I L word you. What the fuck? Like what?
See, when I really sit back and think about it when we were like doing the show, I've never told a guy that I love them first. Have y'all?
Dang, that's
But like I'm thinking about it like, well, you know what? This guy I dated, he like way before I did love him, he used to be like, just tell me you love me. Like, I know you don't love me yet, but I just want to hear how it sounds. Now that I'm thinking about it, that was kind of like love bombing. Honestly, like now that I can, but in the moment, I was just like, okay, you just want to, so I would say it, but I didn't really mean it.
Or feel it.
Yeah. Like, okay, yeah, I love you. And then at some point I did love him. So then it was regular, but it was just like, he asked me to say it, so I said it. But in hindsight, that was very much love bombing.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever said it first.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think if I ever even felt like I felt it and I wanted to say it, but I didn't. But I don't think so. I had a guy telling me just after like a couple of months that he loved me. And I'm like, you don't even know me yet. Like, stop. We never even had sex or anything. What do you mean you love me? And he was like, I just do. I just know. And I know that you love me too.
How does that make you feel when they do that?
I do believe everybody loved me, so I don't know. Let me stop. So it's this dating is kind of new for me. So I haven't had a lot of experience with that, but I do feel like it feels good for someone to say they love you, but I don't like if you saying that shit after 2 weeks, I'm looking at you sus like, you know what I mean? But if we've hung out and we hung out with each other a lot, we've talked to each other a lot, because I do feel like I don't think that it's one of those things that it's a matter of time. I don't think, oh yeah, after 6 months you can love somebody, or it takes you fucking them to know that you love somebody. I feel like you can get to know someone
and fall in love with who they are as a person,
right? And fall in love with characteristics about them, and fall in love with how they do certain things. And depending on how much time you spend, and whether that's talking or hanging out, I feel like that can happen rather quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't necessarily think that it means that somebody is not being genuine when they say that.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, I've experienced that, so I don't think it takes a long time, because you could be with somebody for a whole year and you don't really got no love for them, or you're not in love with them, but you got love for them, and it's just a convenient situation for you, or it's a comfortable situation. So I don't think time has anything to do with that.
Mm.
How do you deal with where it's basically a situation where you think that maybe they do love you, but it's really not like the way that you want to be loved? So do you take that into account, or do you just say F it because it doesn't feel like love to you?
Well, I'm confused. If you think that they love you, then I mean they're doing something that's making you feel that. So what you mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're saying they think that they love you, not you think that they love that. You don't think that they love you. They think that they are in love. They're telling you that they love you,
but you don't feel it because it's not in your love language
at all. Like at all. I think that could be very confusing.
Mm-hmm.
People show love in different ways.
Right, but I think that's a matter of like you being able to communicate what your love language is, because I still don't think that means they don't really love you. I just think people generally, they show love the way they like to receive it. Until they know you enough to know how you like to receive it, or you've explained that to them, most people are just going to operate on either what they did with the person before or how they like to be loved. So it may not be what you need, but they don't know that until you say something.
Yeah.
Right, because that's what I'm saying. We were talking about like, okay, the actions behind it. If they're not the actions that make you feel love, I guess you can't really necessarily say they don't love you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I just think that, of course, that comes with time of getting to know a person and what it is that makes you feel loved. But there's like a Bob Marley quote, I want to say, that says, like, what's the point of making someone fall in love with you if you don't want to be with them?
So this like journey that I'm on, right, and trying to figure everything out, I think that some people are just like, you got to accept the experience of people. You know what I mean? We so stuck on forever and ever with somebody, and you know, this is not to sound dark, like I don't believe in love, but I just feel like forever don't last always. So you got to be okay with, if I got 2 months out of you, 2 years, 20 years out of you, I am thankful for that experience. I have gratitude for that. And, you know, whatever I was supposed to learn from that, I can take to the next person. But that, I still don't think like that means you shouldn't fall in love with people, and it just because it didn't work out, you wasted time. Like, I don't think that. I think that everybody that you experience is for a reason. I don't think anything is by coincidence. I don't think anything is like, everything has a purpose. So if you fell in love with somebody and it didn't work out, I'm sure you walked away with something from that experience. Whether it's good or bad. So I just don't agree with that. And I think we got to stop thinking that everybody is forever.
Yeah.
And stop wasting time when you know that that time has expired. That's a lot of people's mistake.
I think the problem is people don't be real with themselves. Like, if you know you want to get married and have kids and you dealing with this dude and it's not looking like that's what he want, then y'all not in alignment. So it doesn't matter that there's love there. You don't want the same stuff. It's time to pack it up. You wouldn't do that at your job. You know what I mean? So I feel like people stay stuck in situations like that when you don't want the same stuff. And that's like the biggest problem.
And they're falling in love with the potential or the idea of who they think that person is. I think that's the biggest problem with people getting in relationships now, because what they want is from what they see on social media, what they see their friends are doing, and who they have in front of them is not exactly matching up to that. But they think, oh, if I put the work in, if I show him this, if I do that, if I do that. But at the end of the day, he's him, right? You shouldn't be going in trying to change who he is, and you are to love him for who he is. We're not here to change people to fit our molds. And that's where then, oh, you don't love me because you won't do what. No, actually, he's just being who he is.
Right. And I think women do it more than men, like really thinking that they can change a man when they're literally telling them out of their mouth, 100%, I don't want to be in a relationship.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be men trying to change women. I think that a lot of men will, I mean, it's probably equal, but I do think like men will date a woman and say, you know, she dressed a certain way or she did certain things and it was cool while I was just dating you. Or before I started, when I was just checking you out, it was cool, but now I'm with you. Oh, no, don't dress like that. Oh, no, don't talk like that. Oh, no, don't post online. So I think that men are more trying to change people when it comes to that. And maybe women in the sense of, oh, well, if I hang around long enough, he'll be ready to settle down as opposed to this bachelor life he live in. But I also think that goes back to manipulation because men will say, oh, well, not right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not ready for a relationship right now, but who knows what the future holds? That's their favorite line. Who knows what the future holds? You know if you gonna ever want to be, you know, but I feel like that's how they game you. Like, oh,
I'm dead.
Y'all ain't never heard that before.
That's the exact truth.
Go with the flow. Who knows what the future holds?
Oh my God. Go with the flow is like the biggest fucking red flag. Just run, ladies. When a nigga say go with the flow, really go with the flow and get the fuck on.
Go. Go.
Know what you want though. Like if you don't know what you want, like then okay. Like that conversation is probably too soon. You probably shouldn't have had it right now. But if you know exactly what you're looking for, don't do that. You setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, you can't get mad at anybody but yourself.
Exactly.
But again, though, I just feel like to continuously like keep saying, "Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you," when you know it's not going anywhere, that you don't want to be with the person, or they're trying to leave you, like that is manipulation.
Yeah.
That is biggest form.
Yeah, yeah. So the next topic is love, money, insecurities. How do we feel like people manipulate others with these in relationships?
Well, the main one with, like we were talking about, Blueface and Krishan, like the money aspect, when they are in control of the money and you don't see how you can live without them footing all of the bills. So
Right.
now they control everything. Bitch, you ain't going nowhere. How you gonna pay for something? I got the money. You can't afford it. You can't do it. And I feel like that money and insecurities are like up there sometimes for me before love. Like they can find out. We show once women let men in, our insecurities, our walls start breaking down, and our insecurities start showing. And if you're with someone who's manipulative, then what they're gonna do is they're gonna latch onto that, and they're gonna use it. Well, you done gained all that weight. Ain't nobody gonna want you now. You got a fupa. You see that double chin?
Why you at my double chin? But no, it's so crazy because in my marriage, and it wasn't like I didn't feel in the moment like it was manipulative, but it definitely was. You know, when we was having issues, he's like, "Oh, well, you know, nobody's gonna love you like I love you." Nigga, you know, I'm not giving nobody a chance. Or, you know, you got 3 kids and nobody's gonna help you take care of my kids. And I really, like, when I left him, I really was like, damn, ain't nobody gonna want to be with me and these 3 kids. Like, I'm coming with a whole 3-piece. That's a lot. So I believed it. And that was literally like an insecurity for me, to the point where it's like, oh, I'm not introducing nobody to my kids because
Right.
I don't think you really want to be in here with this. You're not ready for this 3-piece and this and that. And it was kind of like he played that into my head. So I literally believed that.
Right. Right. Because whether it was conscious or subconsciously, like that went into your mind. And so you're thinking like, damn, is it true? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I dead ass believed it.
Should I say?
Asking people like, yo, you got 4 or 5 baby dads. Like, nah, niggas that come in and take care of somebody else's kid. But in my mind, it was just like, oh, nah, I got this 3-piece. Like, nobody's going to take me serious. Like, absolutely not. So
they put their slides on and be ready for stepdaddy season. Don't fall for it.
Don't you even worry about it. What? Because niggas definitely love being stepdaddies.
Brandon, what you mean? Nope. I need you to explain. Nope, they not gonna be stepdaddies. No, they do care about the 3 kids. What is it?
We just say anything. What you mean, Brandon?
I think overall, though, the thing that men might hesitate about women with multiple children is just, is there any drama coming from the father of those kids? That might play mostly, but I don't think they care about the number of kids, especially if you take care of your own kids already. I haven't run into someone who has an issue with that.
Yeah, I mean, now
crazy baby dads and stuff.
Yeah. But it's an insecurity that men will jump on to try and get you to stay.
And that's the one that a man planted in my head. So it's like, you know, I'm trying to shake that. But I definitely used to subscribe to, oh, I got these 3 kids. Nah, they ain't gonna take me serious.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that made you stay longer?
Absolutely. I'm not even gonna hold you. After I had my 2nd kid, I was like, all right, 2 kids. I could definitely be a single mom if I need to. Like, I can move and shake. I can get a new dude. I can have another kid. Blah blah blah. Once I had my last kid, I was like, oh no, I'm stuck. Like, this is it. This is it. So, yeah.
So for you, did you think like before you would be able to have someone serious, you had to wait till they were like older in a way to school or college or something?
I definitely felt like I had to keep it separate. You know what I'm saying? Like church and state. Like, you know, my kids are church and this man gonna be the state, and y'all can't really cross because this fear of you're not really gonna take me serious enough to care for my kids. So, you know, it was a fear that was really, really planted, and I kept my kids separate while dating, and I seen that it wasn't the best move. Not saying that moving forward, I am going to just be introducing my kids to people, because I do feel like, you know, they don't need to be meeting a bunch of temporary people. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I could see how my kids come with me. So if somebody really loves me, they're accepting that part of me as well.
Brandon said they don't be crazy. They be broke and see a stepper with their baby mom, and how they want to be, and now they want to be father of the year.
Oh, that's a fact.
Me, you didn't go to your 420 interview?
Listen, I forgot. It's 420 every day when you own a smoke shop, though. So, you know, ain't no issues. If the job is available, I might come through. But yeah, that's definitely, and I feel like men will use any insecurity. Like if you've ever shown a vulnerability about, you know, maybe daddy issues or different things that you may have experienced, like in your childhood, any type of trauma, if it's a manipulative type of man, he will use that against you. You know what I mean? Like right. It's definitely the insecurities that they will play on and play against you for you to stay.
Every time.
Dummy.
Don't fall for it, ladies. If
you're
ready to leave, if you've done all your pros and cons and you've talked to the lady and you're ready to leave, don't fall for it.
So have y'all felt like y'all have ever been love bombed?
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about that experience with love bombing.
I want to say the last 2 real relationships that I was in definitely had love bombing going on. Just like constantly always calling me and complimenting me and always wanting to be with me and saying like, let's be together. And I wasn't even ready. I'm like, okay, it's only been a couple of months. Like, what do you mean? Like, oh, we should be together. Let's go look at houses together. I'm like, what?
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Like after a couple of months, and I'm just like, I don't know. I want to say like maybe back then that was just like the big-headed part of me. Like, yeah, I am the shit. Like I'm that bitch. So who wouldn't want to fuck with me like that? Not realizing like you don't really know me yet. So why do you want to be in a relationship with me? Why are you trying to introduce me to your family? It's not real. Like it can't be real. You don't know everything about me yet. You only knowing like literally in the, what do they call it? The honeymoon stage. You don't know that you want to be with me. Like one guy like met him in September. It's Thanksgiving. He's like, I'm introducing you to my family, but we got to be together. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I don't want to introduce you to them as my friend, so you got to be my girl.
So how long do you think it's supposed to take before you become somebody's girlfriend?
I mean, you can't put a time frame on that. With each
you saying 3 months wasn't enough, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, well, that was only 2 months, September to Thanksgiving. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it depends on the situation, but definitely I think it takes 6 months to a year to really know somebody. So I would say somewhere in between those time frames, maybe like around 6 to 8 months, you should know, especially at this big grown age, if it's moving towards a relationship or not.
I know people who like, I'm not dating nobody for 6 months before getting in a relationship with them. Because
you got to see them in different situations. You got to see how they are around their family, how they treat their kids. Huh?
I said a relationship is not a marriage, so you can get in a relationship and then still figure out it don't work and then move on. And you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the 6 months gonna do? To me, I feel like
to know them.
But what I'm saying is, what we do a lot with dating is we date exclusively. So you really only talking to this one dude, anyways. What's the difference? My whole thing is, if you're gonna date him for 6 months and then be like, oh, I learned some more shit about you, I'm all set, or you're gonna be in a relationship with him, You could still be all set at any point. It's not a marriage. Y'all not locked in. Y'all don't own no property together. Y'all don't got no businesses together. It's nothing stopping you from moving on.
But that's where we go wrong, because we should not really be dating nobody exclusively. Like, we should be dating multiple different guys and then figuring out which one is the one that you want to say, I want to be in a relationship. Who really stepped, like who was consistent, who was hitting me up and taking me on dates, like who was showing me like, okay, my tire went flat, who did I call and they came through for me, like shit like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm not just jumping into no relationship with nobody after a couple of months. Like I did that before and it didn't work out.
What do y'all think the difference then is from dating and being in a relationship in the guy's mind, that it didn't work, that you jumped in fast, became his girlfriend, now all of a sudden it's not working?
Started seeing, like, going on dates with them more, seeing them acting a fucking fool in public. I'm like, what did you just say to this waitress? Like, are you fucking crazy? Like, seeing how they act, like going out of town with them, seeing how they act, you know, when they got an attitude and shit like that, was just like, okay, yeah, maybe.
Once you became their girlfriend, they let their guard down more and their true self. Because I do believe you,
especially when you start staying with a nigga at their house and shit like that. Like, yeah, you really get to see the real deal.
For women, we jump in, we date in one, we're focused on just one. And for men, I feel like when they come in, it's kind of like their representative. A little bit, kind of like when you first start a job, right? For me, I'm on time. I'm adhering to the lunch. I'm adhering to the lunch, required.
And the probationary period.
You know what I'm saying? And then 6 weeks in, they looking at the clock and they like, it's 10 o'clock, where is Shanice? Or, I'm taking 2-hour lunches now, and so on and so forth. So
sorry to interrupt you with Brandon. Guys always feel like women should not date multiple guys, and I don't understand that. So can you please elaborate? You can't date multiple guys. Let the guy know, then expect him to excel.
Why not? Aren't y'all competitive?
Especially with the little meme going around. And Brandon, I'm pretty sure I saw that you shared this. And let me know if you guys seen this. So it basically said, like, if you fucking with a dude who a lot of chicks want him, you already better know when you come into the picture that it's already women that they dealing with. So you basically got to big dog your way into the top spot. Hitting him up all the time, seeing what you could do for him, paying for him to get a haircut, bringing him some lunch, getting all these other chicks out of the way if you want to become number one. So why women don't need to do that? What's the difference?
Yes, Brandon, what is the difference?
I mean, I think that's either
or. Don't do that. Why
both ways that needs to happen.
Yeah, I think that's either or. I feel like, when you first meet somebody, you got to expect that they are not just completely single, not fucking with somebody. So if you're trying to take the number one spot, you're trying to be the favorite, you gonna have to do something to make yourself stand out amongst the competition. But I feel like at some point, once they make themselves the top dog, whether y'all in a relationship or not, that's your fave. That's your top pick. That's who you know. So what difference does it make? My point is if you in a relationship or not at that point. Because you don't already let them be your favorite. They kind of dominating over everybody else. They getting the majority of your time. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's a difference if you actually making shit official. That's where so many people go wrong and end up in these 2, 3, 4, 5 year situationships. Because you're down.
Yeah.
Dame said, depends on the woman's goal. If you a chick who want to be married, I don't think you should take that route.
And I agree. I
definitely feel like dating multiple men.
Yeah, I think that's what he's saying.
I think that too, because I feel like if you dating with a purpose, like if you know you want to get married, if you know you want to have kids, as women, we don't have forever. A, for the kid part, but B, right. If you want to get married and you know that's your goal, I don't feel like dating 4 or 5 dudes is really like, what's the point? Because all 4 of them is definitely not trying to get married. So you need to be dating somebody on your like level, somebody who too wants to get married, and then y'all figure out if y'all shit is in alignment with each other. But having 4 dudes on your roster just to have a roster, I think, to me, and I never really was able to fill a roster, but I also think like having that roster is to keep yourself occupied instead of sitting with yourself in the moments of not being with somebody you date.
Yeah, figuring out what it is that you want, what you really like, what you're really looking for in the next relationship. But I definitely don't think you should just be talking to one dude. Like, what happens if that don't work out? 4 or 5, absolutely not. That's just, we already know niggas is too much. you can't juggle that many, not unless you're a whore, but it's too much. No man, Dame says, no man looking to get married wants to think he had the woman every man could have. Her having 4 to 5 options that you know about is bad because men automatically times that by 3. So now as an alpha male, I would never.
Well, I did send you guys a meme about that the other day, and I do believe there's some truth to it. I feel like, you know, women trying to date multiple people, energy is transferable. So when you dating multiple people, you bringing in their energies to the other people and this, like, it's too much going on. And I think like it's okay. You can date one person at a time. If it's not going somewhere, move around and date somebody else. That's the same difference as dating 4 people at the same time. If you still trying to figure out which one gonna make the cut, dating one at a time and moving on to the next person in the cut is the same difference, unless you're just dating for years, this one person, then maybe that's when you need to rethink it. But I don't think this whole 4 or 5, 2, 3, whatever is necessary because it don't change nothing. Your number is gonna grow if your number gonna grow. If you're talking 3 at 1 or 1, 2, then 3, like.
Here's the main reason, especially like for me, why I can't date no 4 or 5 guys at a time is because, let's keep it real, niggas want to fuck. Like, they're not just about to be sitting up here dating you for months and months and months without expecting sex. And I just can't have sex with multiple men at the same time. It's gross. You can get STDs or shit. You don't know who your baby daddy is. Who the fuck knows? But that's the problem. Whereas like women, we can chill. We don't really need to have sex like that. Like men, I feel like after maybe a few days, they're gonna be like, yeah, what's up? Like, I'm trying to hit the buns. What's good? You know what I mean? So that's really the difference. I feel like why we can't really like date a whole bunch of dudes at one time versus men. They don't give a fuck. And they really not. I don't really feel like men date to get married. Until they like what, 50 plus.
I really feel like men don't even really think about that until they're with a woman that changes their
that brings that out of them. Yes.
How they've been viewing dating or how they even been viewing women. Because honestly, if you ask some men, I think men don't even really like women. Like, they want to use you as a human masturbation device. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, they could take you or leave you, but, you know, let me get this nut off real quick and let me send a good morning queen real quick. And then until they meet somebody who be like, and then they step back and they like, hold on, I'm feeling her vibe. I like everything about her. She's genuine. She's this, she's that. And then they might step back and see, okay, I can see potential in this relationship or in this situation or whatever. But for men to be commenting saying we shouldn't be dating multiple people or they just want one person, you're being unfair. Like, because you're not doing that. Like, you're not
love bombing us.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not meeting.
Yeah, he's very quite toxic. So I'm not even about to go back and forth.
They're not meeting Jessica on Monday and being like, oh, I just want to date her. So they kicking Keisha to the curb. They now blocking Tanya and they no longer want to talk to Tony. Like, they're not doing that, but they expect us to.
No, I definitely agree. I think men try to come in and bully and be selfish and make you. That's where they use that insecurity of, oh, how am I going to take you serious if it's 4 other men? You know, that's playing on that as well. I think men definitely do that. But I just think like 4 or 5 is audacious and it's too much because, again, it's a lot of energies and men are draining. They're very needy.
Very needy.
They need a lot. They need you to reassure them. They need you to be their nurse. They need you to be. So it's like, nah, I don't got that for 3 of y'all. I'm sorry, like, absolutely not. But I do agree, like, you know, if somebody not showing you, it's gonna be something serious, don't just limit yourself to that person. So
I also like this is the thing that I just find so interesting sometimes about our male listeners and viewers is they be like, oh no, we, you know, like Dame just said, it's men who see women and want to marry them the same day. Step back, look at your friend group.
how many of them married?
How many of them are married? How many of them are fucking more than one bitch? How many of them aren't cheating? How many of them? So it's like
How many of them got 3+ baby moms?
Exactly. So you come on and you say, no, we want X, Y, and Z. But when you look all around you, that's not what men are presenting. But now they want to be mad at women because women are saying, okay, we'll take 4 off of the table. When I first got divorced, when I first got separated and then subsequently divorced, I took a moment by myself. Like, I'm not even interested in y'all niggas. I don't even like y'all niggas right now. But then when I started dating, it turns into, okay, he's cool to talk to. And if I'm out and somebody stopped me and they whatever, I'm not going to say, oh, I'm talking to Joe Schmo over here. Let me not see what he's about right here. I would entertain that because I am dating. So, all right. So now I was talking to Joe Schmo for the last month. He been cool. He not really consistent. He not whatever. I'm out. Somebody approached me. I'm a single woman. Let me see what you about. Now, okay, I'm talking to you. I don't like what he about. I'm done with him. I'm moving on to you. So it's not always same time. It might overlap real quick, but it also is unfair for you to be like, well, just focus on me. Just focus on me. I may only hit you. I may only text you all day, but just focus on me. You ain't seeing, you're not concerned about how I'm feeling, how my day was. You're not seeing how you can improve or if I need anything, but you want me to just talk to you.
Right. What are you doing to make me stop talking to other dudes? That's the major key. Dame says, I'm 36. I got 3 married friends. These men y'all describing, we grew out those stages. So Dame, are you married? And if not, why are you not married?
Well, we love that for them. You have 3 married friends, and we hope they're faithful and they bigging up their queen, and they not loving bombing them, and they doing everything they need to do. We love that, but that is not the norm. Let's be real; it's just not the norm. And for real, married, not wifey, like wife, like marriage certificates. You went to the reception and like not engaged for the last 7 years, like married.
Not Chrissy and Jimmy. Okay, I got what you're saying.
So let's talk about gaslighting a little bit more. So if you allow yourself to be gaslit by someone,
explain gaslighting for the listeners and the viewers.
Let's give the official definition, not the ghetto Tracy Millie definition.
Essentially, just when somebody like,
because this is a word that everybody's trying to use. So yeah, let's really get.
Yeah, but it's like when somebody manipulates you, or they try to like they have you questioning shit. Like you like, oh yeah, you said or did X, Y, and Z, and they like, nah, I never did that. Like, no, they really did, but now they got you questioning if that shit really happened, and you know what I'm saying? It's like
gaslighting is manipulation using psychological methods into questioning their own sanity or powers of reasoning.
Exactly. Causing confusion, making you think you fucking going crazy and you not. That's gaslighting.
Right.
So like the clip that we showed of the lady being digmatized, right? Using her, she could have been gaslit because, you know, while he fucking her, he, you know, one leg on neck, one hand on frontal, and, you know, I'm going to love you, I'm going to marry you, da-da-da-da. And that was just his sex talk. And when it's all over, she's like, oh, but you said we was going to be together. And you're like, fuck you mean? You know, that like that's.
They're like, are you sure? Because
that's extreme.
I don't remember saying that.
That's an extreme example, but that's definitely an example. Like people will say some shit to you, and then when you're like, oh no, but you told me this. No, I never said that. And then you confused, like, what the fuck? Like,
and you clearly heard him say that shit, or you clearly know he did that shit, but now they want you to feel like that ain't really what you saw or heard.
Right.
I think that probably in my 20s, I could have been getting gaslit and didn't really know what was going on or just feeling like real confused. But as I got older, I really didn't know what the term was per se. But I was like, wow, yeah, like this motherfucker will really say something and then say some other shit like he didn't just say that in the last conversation. Like, am I fucking crazy? So I think that you need to be aware of what's going on, knowing yourself, knowing your intelligence, and being smart enough to know when somebody is playing games with you and call them out on that shit immediately.
Yeah.
Self-love is not really self-love no more. And men and women need to have more of it. If you know yourself and you have morals and true self-esteem, not what you post to be, but what you really are. Because there are a lot of people who can post a great photo, a great meme, great everything, and inside they don't feel that way about themselves.
At
You
all.
really need to learn yourself in order to avoid those things, because that's how you avoid it. If not, you're gonna keep getting love bombed, you're gonna keep getting gaslit, and you're gonna keep falling for the okie doke.
For the same things over and over and over again.
Over and
Like,
over
really, you
and
gotta stand on not letting somebody play with you. Just because somebody says that they love you doesn't mean that they do love you. Like, they need to show you that they love you. They need to put that into action.
And it's not even to say, because we're all human, right? We've all made mistakes. So in men or women, if in that relationship or that situation, whatever the two of you had, or the understanding that you had, someone faulted or something happened, having clear set boundaries of moving forward. I think people are not as communicative as they think they are. Like, they feel like they said one thing, but the other person heard something completely different. You have to know that you've set clear boundaries, clear outline on where we're moving. Because at the end of the day, the only person that's responsible for your happiness is yourself. Stop looking for other people to try and make you happy. If you can't make yourself happy, then nothing that person do is going to make you happy.
Absolutely. But I definitely think people lack a lot of boundaries. I think, some people don't even know how to establish a boundary. They don't know what their boundaries need to be. I know when I first started dating, I really I didn't have boundaries in my marriage. So it was kind of like, oh yeah, I got to establish like this clear line of, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not okay with this and that. And that took me some time to do. So it takes time to figure out your boundaries, but I definitely believe you need to stand on them. Once you have them, and you set it clear and you letting somebody know, you got to stand on your boundaries.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the more you go back on it and you say this and then you don't do it, it's just the more they're going to continue to play with you and continue to just do the same things over and over again. So definitely need to set boundaries. Definitely need to stand on what you say. No means no. And if you give a person, certain opportunities to change and they don't, and you got to lead them where they at.
And this goes for men and women. I was a huge love bomber. Like, when I was dating, mad, the people who I was dating should have been blocked me. I don't know why they did. Like, I was.
You was loving them all, huh?
Word, like, nigga, I don't love you. Like, I like you some days, but I love you. Because he said it, I say it. Like, I don't want him to feel no kind of way because he said it, so now let me just say it. Like, I should have been blocked by a couple of niggas.
yeah, and let's not, only put this on the men. Women do it too. They do. There's women that are narcissists.
And we're better at it.
That part.
Shanice. Oh, okay.
I'm just I know. Somebody like, I fucking knew it.
I don't ever love bomb no man.
I'm sitting here thinking the same thing. Like, have I ever, even if I was just playing around,
saying I love you and don't mean it, that's a love bomb.
I never did that.
Telling you I want to be with you and all this
he
shit.
asked me to say it.
That's
I
saying
never.
And then if you kept saying it, then eventually in his head, he probably like, oh, she probably really mean it this time, but you didn't. You just saying it because you told me to say it.
I don't know. I don't really think I ever love bomb nobody because I'm definitely like a girl.
I can't do it. I can't. Shit, we couldn't even shoot our shot. I was just telling my homeboy the story of like how I feel like I had that most horrible date ever because I like shot my shot a little bit, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just was like on some shit like we could be friends or whatever. And of course, he just went 0 to 100. Like, oh, hit my line. Da 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 da. He warmed me up. He FaceTimed me. I'm like, cool.
All right.
We go on a date, and the nigga literally like damn near tries to rape me on the date. And I'm like, yeah, this is because I started talking to him first. I'm never doing that shit ever again. No, thank you.
Oh,
because you was interested first. That means he ain't had to do much work to get the buns.
Exactly. Really fucking tried it.
Yeah, he tried it.
The fuck out of him.
So, question, ladies. You have never gotten like a message from a guy, right? And clearly he's like trying to get you to be like sweet, or he kind of just trying to fill you out a little bit. You've never sent a text back like rolling your eyes like, yeah, I was thinking about you today too. That's a love bomb, and you wasn't.
Because I just don't be texting. I told y'all I met this dude at the bar. I gave him my number, and the first text, it was cool. Okay, then we talked on the phone, and then this motherfucker said, "Oh, I'm trying to." This was some love bombing. We met on a Thursday. We talked on Friday. Saturday, talk about will you go to this day party with me, nigga? What? Never am I popping out to a day party with you. It's a no for me, dog. Like, what? But anyway, so that happened that Saturday. I respectfully declined. Sunday, he hit me. I didn't answer the phone. Monday, he texted me. I didn't respond. Wednesday, he texted me talking about, I just woke up with you in my mind. Mind you, we only talked on the phone one time.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
We talked on the phone for 20 minutes. And I only responded to you maybe 2 texts, that one combo. You tried to take me to a day party. Now you're talking about you woke up with me in your mind. How? You don't know me. I ran. Those were red flags for me. That was serious love bombing because what the fuck type of time are you on that you think about me and you just met me? You like what? Do you know how to your roster? Get somebody else.
This shit is like really a lot of dudes do stuff like that. I really don't know what it is. And this was even was a young dude. So I can't even say like, okay, like, people was older, they want to settle down. No, this dude was like 30, I want to say. Maybe 28, 29, 30, one of those. And we talked on the phone. He's like, oh yeah, you're going to have my son. Oh, I'm going to buy you a puppy. What type of dogs do you like? First conversation.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna be with you. Like, please don't block me. I'm like, nigga, you must have felt it through the phone that you was on the chopping block. Like, you don't know me. All you know is what I look like. That's it. We having one conversation. Stop playing with me.
Yeah, that's love bombing. Run. Red flag, red flag, red flag. Because what? So yeah.
So y'all don't think someone could meet you and love at first sight or love at first talk?
No.
I mean, y'all know I think everybody love me, so absolutely. But I'm still gonna run because what the fuck are you talking about?
So how are y'all?
They love the idea of fucking with somebody that looks like you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think somebody can definitely love the idea of you, but not love you per se. Like, oh, you're a woman that has X, Y, and Z. That's what I've been looking for. And so when they see that in you, like you're glamorized by that idea, but actually loving, no. And I do think, to me, that's a red flag. Like, I'm all set.
Yeah, you don't know me. I'm annoying as fuck. I'm gonna eat the top of your pancake. Like, chill out.
You don't let her eat none of your pancakes. Run, motherfucker, run.
I'm not getting on a jet ski with you.
Do y'all want them to hold that thought for a little while?
Yeah, tell your homeboys, don't tell me.
Right.
all
Like
set.
curb your enthusiasm, please.
Because I mean, if I met a dude and I felt like, oh my gosh, like he was so fine, he smelled good, we went on a few dates, and I come back to the group text like, ladies, I'm in love. Cool. I can tell y'all that. I'm never gonna be in his face like, oh my gosh, I just love you. I want to have your baby. No.
Right. You're gonna be like, yo, this crazy ass bitch.
Exactly. I mean, they probably still gonna be with it, but they
They
still
gonna definitely try to smash for sure.
yeah, they're gonna still be with it, but they're gonna think I'm crazy. But I would never like. To me, it's like you gotta have a little decorum when it comes to that, and I'm not jumping all the way out the window off of this idea.
Yeah.
So the last question is, how do we prevent the love bombing, the love manipulation?
Let them know you're not falling for that shit early. Stop them in their tracks early, especially if you're interested in them, right? So the first time that they do it, be like, just like I said, hold on, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Like, I think you're moving a little too fast.
Most men's love language is words of affirmation. So because they want to hear that shit, trust they got the game to spit it. So my advice is, ladies, make these niggas' actions match up with their fucking words, because they will say and sell you the world and don't fucking have no plans on doing any of that shit.
Make them actions matching is gonna vary depending on the person. You know what I'm saying? Because that goes back to what your love language is. So, you know, that takes you being able to know what your love languages are so that you can make sure it's matching up in alignment with what you want. But yeah, definitely show me, don't tell me. Please. I hate somebody who's gonna tell me all the time. Like, I don't want to know. Surprise me. Just do the shit. Don't tell me.
Yeah, nothing. Don't even say nothing.
Don't tell me nothing. I feel like I'm like the little kid. Don't tell me we going to Disney World every year. We can't go to Disney World. Fuck it. Just don't tell me. Surprise me one day. Like, this is what's happening. But I do like words of affirmation. So, you know, at some point I'm gonna want you to tell me. But in the beginning, you're gonna have to have showed me enough. So now when you're telling me, it's just, you know, adding on to it. Yeah. Adding on to it.
Okay.
And here we are with only one of us in a relationship. So I guess maybe we really don't have the answers, y'all.
It's all a learning. Life is a learning journey.
It is.
Living to learn.
No, learn from my mistakes, at least. I don't know. They can learn from all of our mistakes, but learn from mine, shit, because I be learning from them every day.
Yes.
That's all we can do.
And if you take anything from this conversation, learn yourself.
Learn yourself, love yourself, be happy within yourself before you think you're going to be happy or in any relationship with anybody else.
And also just learn to accept the experience. Sometimes you just meant to experience somebody and that's it.
Amen.
Yes. Everybody's not meant for you to be in a relationship with them.
Yeah, enjoy the experience.
If that's what you want, let it be known, make it clear. And if y'all not on the same page, get a new book.
Chuck the deuces. What is the 3? A reason, a season, and a lifetime?
Yes.
So people, men, women, come in your life for a reason. Some may only be there for a season. And then some of you, if you're lucky enough, you get a lifetime. But don't think that you won't experience all 3 seasons.
Exactly. You're going to get the one that you thought was a lifetime and he was just the season, baby. And then that
it's
next
one, hard. Yeah, we be mixing up the lifetimes and the seasons, don't we?
The lifetimes, the reasons. It be the reasons. We really be mixing up the reasons.
Ooh, amen.
That one was a lesson. I'm trying to be somebody's reason.
Let me teach you
my Summer Walker karma. I want to be somebody's reason now. What's your hot seat question?
Let's see. Got these cards.
I have one.
Oh.
Ladies, how does it feel to be loved by a Black man?
It feels amazing.
Then there was a hush over the crowd. Yes, thank you.
I wanted to make sure I put it in words correctly. What you mean?
I think it feels amazing. It just makes you feel like complete, honestly. Like you feel protected, you feel whole, you feel happy that you can be their peace, that you can be that shoulder that they can lean on in a hard time. And I think that it's nothing like it, honestly.
Poetry snaps.
Being loved by Black men is the only men I've ever been loved by because that's who I date. I love Black men and Black love, and I just love everything about them. But I love it. I feel like when you're loved properly, it just makes everything else, just run smooth for you. So yeah, I love that.
Healthy love.
We love healthy love. We promote healthy love. And like the lady said, like it really feels like home. For me, that's all I've known is love from a Black man. And it's a feeling of someone who can relate to my struggle, to my plight, to my strengths, to my weaknesses, and can be a good partner.
That's what Michelle Obama said about Barack. She said, we've been and we lived in many places, but he's always felt like home.
And you know what I love about her is that she was like, y'all have got to stop trying to glamorize these social media things. Like she was saying how they be posting pictures of them talking about relationship goals. And she was like, in that picture, I was mad at him. Like she kept it real. If you got a chance, check out that Oprah and Michelle Obama interview on Netflix.
Yes, it's so good.
But that's just real. Relationships go with ebbs and flows. That's any relationship or anything in life. So everything ain't always great every day, but being able to have somebody who you can go through the not so great days with and know y'all still rocking and riding for each other is definitely the love.
Absolutely.
Well, I gotta switch it up to the ratchetness.
Let's
go. Felicia, please.
Have y'all ever taken a Plan B?
I'm too fat for it.
It's a weight limit.
Yes, it's a weight limit for it. I definitely read about them, and I am cannot. I don't know. Are you supposed to take 2? I don't think you take 2, but
I don't know. It's kind of like the birth control patch. I did not know that.
Yes, I don't meet the weight requirements.
I know I don't meet the weight requirements, but I never took a Plan B. No. I just fell down the stairs a couple times. Like,
Throwback.
We took it back to the old school. We just tumble a little bit, but no, I never took a Plan B.
Yo, I definitely took one, and I remember the nigga was supposed to give me the money for it, and he never fucking gave that shit to me.
Not you, like Cash App in the request for $50.
Right. Should have been like, well, since you didn't give me the money, Byron.
The baby on the way.
Fellas, don't flake out on it. It's what ain't $50? Don't flake out.
Don't be that. Don't be that for an 18-year bid. Because you got $50.
Yo, my hot seat question is Robert De Niro just announced he has a new baby. Y'all letting a 78-year-old, 79-year-old man shoot your club up. That's all I want to know.
If he Robert De Niro.
I'm about to say Robert De Niro, yeah. Let's go and have our little old looking baby.
Ew.
Sugar daddy be to the Maldives.
When you give birth, it's about to. He's not making it to the 5th birthday party. Like, what are y'all thinking about?
I'll get my baby a stepdaddy.
And I'm gonna have money for a nanny. All of that.
Ew. I don't think I can do it.
That's what I'm saying. We couldn't even get to the getting me pregnant part because ew.
Y'all just said y'all doing it. Like, ew. He's 78. Like, ooh, come lick on these balls. Ew, I can't do it.
I wonder, is he like, is it wrinkled? Like, what does the peen look like at
This is
70?
what I said. We need to look up a 78-year-old penis because I
I
don't
feel
think
like
it looks
those
like
don't
that.
age. Those shouldn't age. Your peen shouldn't age, right? Just everything around it.
I'm sure that dick's age. They probably get
Everything
wrinkles.
ages.
You think they look sad? Like they look. They
I
look
think
old?
it definitely look- I mean, it clearly still got up and it still was shooting, but I'm just
I wonder if that's a porn category.
I'm sure it is.
Oh, dicks.
I think the only thing that happens is maybe they balls drop. Like, what can look old on a peen? Like, it can't get wrinkled.
Ew, but so the ball hanging real low? No.
You ain't even gotta look at the ball if you don't
It's
want
gonna be
to.
slapping you. Oh,
Oh,
when
damn.
Oh
it's
my
hanging mad
God.
low, it's definitely gonna be slapping you.
I mean, it's one thing to have sex with an old dick, but I'm not sucking no old dick. That's where I draw the line.
Oh, oh, stand in your boundary.
You can put the balls on your forehead.
Oh no, do your balls hang low? Do they travel to and from? Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm not sucking no old balls.
I'm genuinely curious now. I'm gonna check and see. I'll come back with an answer next week.
We'll share the porn category within the group and figure it out and see what it was hitting for. But on first thought,
Guys.
I just don't see me like how he talking to you. I just feel like the dirty talk gonna be old and everything. Like,
Come here, you young whippersnapper.
you know how daddy like it. I got 3 like I just
Suck on this cock.
grow up. So
Let's suck on this cock.
all right, so that's a 2 out of 3. They're gonna fuck with Robert De Niro. I'm gonna pass.
I'm definitely fucking with it. I'm sorry.
I would take his youngest son. Well, no, not his youngest. His eldest son. I think it's like 51-41. I'll take the son. Y'all can get the daddy. Exactly. So you having a baby by a man who got a son your age.
Happens every day in America. Honestly.
As long as I'm in that will.
Yo, I seen this status I had to let y'all know about. Y'all see what he doing? What she doing?
She licking on the nipples. They love that nipple play.
80 comments. I was like, whoa. The guy said, I know I'm not the only man that loves this.
No,
and the niggas was definitely on board.
Listen,
it's a beautiful thing.
The Twitter thread because yes, they love to get their nipples licked, and I love that for them. Yeah.
Just know who you're sleeping with. Just know who you're sleeping with. You might get a flick to the forehead or a mush real quick. Know who you sleeping with before you start licking on them. Don't listen to your friends saying just
Wait, you mean to tell me they don't want their nipples?
Don't let your friends gaslight you into a flick on your forehead, okay?
Well,
I can't.
That was this week's episode. But I think the nipple lick is still a thing. Yeah, what's heavy on your playlist?
Heavy on my playlist. A couple of songs I've been feeling. That new The Baby, Shake Something. It's a nice little lit joint.
Swear to God.
They tried to like blacklist him, so I'm happy for him to have a little song back out.
Okay.
And then I think it's Curious by Eric Bellinger. Fab is on it.
Love him.
Yeah, it's got Fab on it. It's fire. Check it out.
Okay.
All right, heavy on my playlist is Perfect is Boring by Levin Kali. I don't know, that song has a chokehold on me. It's nice little R&B vibe, and yeah, check them out.
Okay. I don't really have much heavy on my playlist. I've just been filtering through my own little makeshift R&B playlist. You know, love a girl over here, always R&B, old school. Just rotating through them all.
What did she throw on in Puerto Rico?
I don't know, some Teddy B.
It was Lenny Williams.
Oh, Lenny.
It was somebody. I'm like, wait a minute.
It was a little Lenny Williams. I was missing Bay. It was a little Lenny Williams.
And just before we let you guys go, did we tell y'all how we told her don't get up carrying on the motherfucking phone early in the morning? Not the first morning we got woke up to the truth.
First of all, neither one of us, me or him, have any sense. So whenever we on FaceTime, it's always hilarious. But he calls every morning and they're like, we're asleep, do not get on there. And the minute that he called, what did I do?
Bust
I
out.
heard that shit, my head popped up so quick.
About to get booted, get kicked out the room. Gotta
And
call
don't,
you
and
back.
don't let him miss a call.
Don't
Jesus
let
Christ.
It's now 11:03 and he hasn't called me. I know he's been awake since 6:52. Girl, shut up.
Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Come on, baby. Don't play with it. Where it's at. Where it's at.
Oh shit. All right, tell everybody where they can find y'all.
I am Latrice Slade on Facebook. See y'all soon, but I'm taking a little break from y'all because y'all annoying.
Wait, not you try to steal my Spanish name and you ain't even spell it right. It's Flaviana.
That can be yours. That can be yours. That's mine. Call me
Fabiana.
Call me Trisita. Mamacita. Trisita. I'm Puerto Rican now. Y'all see my little 10. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Glow Gang OG. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all of that on our YouTube page, Girl Talk with the Glow Gang. And also Glow Gang, is it Glow Gang Podcast on Instagram?
Girl Talk Pod.
Girl Talk Pod on IG. Get familiar.
And you can find me, the number one Mia, on Instagram and Mia the Stallion on Twitter.
All right. You can find me on IG, ShaniceL.W. I'm also on Snap. I appreciate y'all. Every time after we do a show, I'll be having like 40 requests. So y'all definitely be nosy. Shake It Fast 007 on the Snappy.
It's giving OnlyFans.
We love y'all for loving us.
Yes, and round.
Mic check 1, mic check 2. Is this mic on? Yeah, it's the one and only, your girl's favorite, DJ E Money. And you're listening to the Glow Gang with Latrice, Mia, and Shanice. You know what that means?